Hello guys. Let's back on track. In this tutorial we will continue with the basics. We will speak about how to control, when, the component will be enabled, and when, disabled. What is component heartbeat? How to set the component that will lead and set the component that will follow. Which one executes first, which second. Let's hit play and start learning. Every node has two control input jacks, enable and clock. When nothing is plugged in, they are used as toggle buttons. In the previous tutorial, we have used enable to power the nodes. If I power off the formula node, you can see that it stops doing addition and the default value of 0 is displayed. You can also use a checker in the inspector to achieve the same functionality. But why we can't see enable or clock inputs on the log node? Logic Forge is using dynamic nodes, so it doesn't show them until we need them. We will add them now through the context menu. Right-click on the log node and choose from the menu, Add, and then Clock. Do the same and also add the enable input. Now we can power on and power off the log node, which will enable and disable printing. We have so far manually controlled the enable, which is good for testing, but what if the max score is 100, and we want to make an addition only if that score plus new points is less or equal to 100? Let's add another formula. Type S plus P, less or equal to 100. Now we want to provide values to S and P, so connect the variables with the formula. You can notice that you can have more output connections from one source node, but only one is allowed to be plugged into a singular input jack. Power on the formula. Let's organize our design a bit. Hold the left mouse button and drag to draw the selection rectangle. We have selected multiply nodes. Now click and hold the mouse over any of the selected nodes and make space. Now connect the calculated output to the enable input of the MyAddition formula. Change the new formula node title to check the score. If I put 50 for the previous score, plus 5, the calculated value will be 55. MyAddition will continue working because the condition, less or equal to 100 is true. If I put 96, plus 5, the sum is greater than 100, the condition is false, and the MyAddition node will be switched off. We can realize that the check the score node is controlling the MyAddition node, allows working, while the condition is satisfied. Check the Hello Input series for real game development scenarios and a deeper introduction to the topic. Okay, let me explain the clock control input and success output as they are interrelated. You probably know, what is the clock of your computer processor? Let's say it is 3 GHz, meaning that 3 billion times per second CPU is processing something. Also, if you are a gamer, you have probably heard something like 60, 70, 80 frames per second. Logic Forge components are using Unity Engine clock by default, which is about 60 FPS. So, the log component is printing 60 times per second. Zoom the log node. The clock icon shows multiply impulses. Now, look at the node's right top corner. You can see the loop icon, marking that component is printing over and over again, 60 times per second. Now click on the clock jack. You can now see only a single impulse, and in the right corner, the icon shows number 1. When the node is enabled, it will execute only once. It will print the message only once. What if we want to dictate the rate of printing? Let's add the timer component. Right-click somewhere outside, Add Component, and choose More. The search window will appear. Type timer. You can also hold the left mouse button and press Enter to open the search window. Set the time interval to 5 seconds. Power the timer node. The timer will measure a time of 5 seconds and will report success through success output. Every component sends a success message impulse when finished. Connect the timer node success output to log node clock input. When the time of 5 seconds pass, timer will say, "Success, I've finished, now is your turn." The log node will hear that, through this red connection, and will say, "Okay, now is my turn. I'm printing the message." So, we will see the sum in the console every 5 seconds. Let's exit the play mode, and notice that all we have designed, persisted in edit mode. There is enough information for today. May the Forge be with you.